This is Marzgurl. She is a open harasser of a fellow YouTuber by the name of Yellow Flash, publicly requesting the dox of Yellow Flash. Now, I wanted to cover this and signal boost the story. So if you're able to, please share this video. It would help if you drop a like or leave a comment, get interaction up. I don't know if notifications are going to work on this one because I just released a different video, but I think it's important to get out there. So please consider sharing. I also want to thank the work of Memology and OneAngerGamer.net for compiling a lot of this, as well as Yellow Flash himself for sending me screenshots to help raise awareness. Now, doxing is the practice of taking somebody's anonymity away. It is a practice that is done by a-holes on the internet. If somebody doesn't want to be known, then it is their right to be anonymous, at least I believe. Marzgurl has been a proponent of the Kick Vic movement, the wrongful persecution of Vic, voice actor Vic Mignogna from many Dragon Ball and Ruby, RWRY, or I don't know how we pronounce it, Rooster Teeth show, having been terminated and unpersoned over spurious, thin accusations. I thought it would take a minute, since Marzgurl is so very interested in everybody else's personal details. I would like to share a little information about Marzgurl with you, information that is already publicly available on the internet. A long-time Channel Awesome participant. And I'm going to share some evidence with you where Marzgurl is publicly asking for personal information of YouTubers so she can continue to harass them. I'm going to show you proof of organizing false flagging of YouTuber channels and videos who are critical of Marzgurl's behavior. But first, I think we need to know, we need to get to know Marzgurl. And I will let all of you know that I will give the very public disclaimer that do not interact with this person. If you are interacting with this person, you are not doing it on my behalf. This person wants attention, much like the blue-haired land whale who shall not be named, because that is exactly what the land whale wants. These people want attention, so then they can pretend to be a victim and then turn that into money. All right, so what we're going to do here is rally around Yellow Flash, a man that does excellent YouTube work, Memology, who also does a great job exposing things, One Anger Gamer, who often has excellent articles cataloging these things, and supporting Vic Mignogna. There is much to know about Marzgurl, but if we go back, her name is Kaylin Dixon, known everywhere online as Marzgurl, a name given to herself in forums and chat rooms. She spent brief time with that guy with the glasses. A fan of video games and animation, Marzgurl became a self-proclaimed anime fan in 2004 and began attending anime conventions in the state of Texas with the help of Sean Shiafa in the mid-2004. The first Marzgurl Productions video from Akon in Texas. Texas was shot and produced. It was the dream of Shiafa and we'll just call him Chiapet and Marzgurl, to make a documentary-style convention videos. Marzgurl, as part of Marzgurl Productions, has attended more than 20 anime conventions. That's not even that impressive. She went on to star in as the Nostalgia Chick, using the 1982 animated movie The Last Unicorn as her source material. In mid-2008, Marzgurl was chosen as one of top 5 Nostalgia Chick choices. She submitted an entry into that guy with the glasses to become the Nostalgia Chick. Marzgurl has chosen to make her videos mostly skit-based with other review critic-style videos on the side. Now, this is a content creator we're talking about, all right? She's appeared in a video tribute to Suede, had a cameo on Atop the Fourth Wall. All these irrelevant productions, anyway. She started up a live broadcast of World of Warcraft on livestream.com, originally starting with a small group of on the Pernold server consisting of herself, her roommate Andrew, and a fan of Sheep with Blogs. So we know a little bit about Marzgurl, starting off with Channel Awesome. Hasn't really done anything of relevance, of note until recently, but definitely takes a lot of time to pat herself on the back. She even has her own Wikipedia page for, I don't know what reason. But she has an official website, a Patreon. Interesting that you have a Patreon, Marzgurl. That's here's an interesting thing. Let me tell you something. Do you know why I was banned from Patreon? Doxing. I was banned from Patreon for doxing. What was Marzgurl doing on the interwebs just the other day? Well, let's take a look at a Facebook post that she put out publicly just the other day. You tell me if you think this was doxing. I wonder what Patreon would think. Now, I would disavow. I believe I was wrongfully terminated from Patreon, and I would not support her being banned from Patreon, but people like her exist untouched by the same system that many of us otherwise have to live by. Spoke to a lawyer today, still weighing options and taking help and opinions, i.e. money. Here's what I know so far. Please feel free to chime in and offer your own knowledge. They do think I have legal options, but the first option was to force the police and FBI to actually pay attention and understand. At this point, both have just blown me off. I wonder why. Which they figured was likely to happen, so they have to start drawing up information legally to force them to care and pay attention. This is a good use of the FBI's time, by the way. Critical videos of behavior from a public figure. Another friend of mine suggested they wanted to start speaking to local congresspersons to see if we can't make them care about how dangerous this has become. This is somebody who is fanning the flames and then complaining when the fire spreads. Very common behavior. They seemed fairly optimistic on those fronts and believed that going to the courts would work, but only after exhausting a lot of options. They would be able to basically just tell Yellow Flash to cut it out. I'm sure that means sending a cease and desist, but the problem is we don't know who Yellow Flash really is or where he lives. If I could get any help at all from anyone who might know how to figure out who he is, that's going to be a huge help. Because if they have to turn to legal means to do it, it'll take longer. And it'll be more costly in the meantime. If there is anybody who can help me identify and locate Yellow Flash, this would help out immensely. His Twitter account says his location is 616, and my current hypothesis is that it is the Grand Rapids area. But I don't truly have anything else to base this information on. Well, first of all, 616 is not Yellow Flash's area code. It is a reference to Marvel. And you might be saying, Jeremy. Well, this sounds like she's publicly requesting to dox a YouTuber. And that's definitely against the terms and conditions of Patreon. And I would agree with you. That would be a violation. Now, you might also be saying, boy, it's interesting that Marzgurl would so publicly engage in this terms of service breaking behavior, this very public harassment. But it isn't the first time she's done so. Absolutely not. And to those of you saying, well, geez, I mean, this is odd. How do you even know this is real? Do we know this is her that wrote it? Well, that's a good question. That's a very good question. One of which I have the answer to, which I will show you in just a moment. It continues. Of course, I need to be gathering proof that he is saying harmful and defamatory things about me that are untrue, as well as monetizing my image. Boy, definitely don't check out my subscribestar.com/thequartering. Don't donate me any money because I wouldn't want to monetize her image, a public figure. The latter, which seems to be the most solid thing I could get him on. I will be linking to Yellow Flash's social media profiles and asking you guys and help in monitoring times in which he's talking about me or spreading untruths. I will be downloading his videos the best I can. He is starting his Let's Monetize Marzgurl stream tonight, so I'll link to that when I get a chance. So what we have here is organized, targeted harassment, something that is against the terms and conditions of just about every online platform available. If it's anything like other women he has monetized on his channel out of hate, he is going to delete the stream when he's done because he knows that this is breaking YouTube's terms of service. It actually isn't. This is a practice that I'm guessing he does for the same reason I do when I am putting out a critical video. Like, this video is likely to be flagged. I'm willing to risk it because nothing I'm saying is incorrect. Nothing I'm saying is breaking terms of service. Let them try. Perhaps they've heard of the Streisand effect. So I'm going to do my best to record it to my hard drive live as it's happening. Obsessed much? Speaking of YouTube, if they're going to see if they can reach out to YouTube and Twitter respectfully about deplatforming these threatening and false statements. Although they know that those platforms have loopholes that mean that YouTube and Twitter are not directly to be held accountable for what their users post, but they're going to see what they can do. One thing they said that shocked me was that they suggested that I combat his information with information of my own. No! A conversation? Wow. Definitely don't want to do that. Which, as many people have suggested, that I just give them ammo. They suggested that if I thought I had a big enough public support group, that I make an unceasing and tirelessly strong and concentrated effort to combat their lies with my truths. But this is basically taking and raising an army. Isn't that what you're doing above? And where are we going to get to the end here? Obviously, you know Marzgurl is going to need your money to deplatform. She is going to need your money because, as we know, these people, step 1, do something that requires criticism. Step 2, pretend like you're the victim. Step 3, profit. It is a playbook that has been used time and time and time again. And finally, obviously, money is an issue. Boy, I don't know. I mean, what's going to happen if Patreon finds out that you're doxing people, Marzgurl? Money will be more of an issue then, won't it? Finally out, they are going to draft some things up for me to look over and sign later, so I haven't committed any of this to ink yet. But, yes, it'll be expensive. I know some said way back at the beginning of this that I should never need to take this to the courts. They would financially have my back. I'm sick of being a beggar. But if anyone is serious about this, I strongly believe that these are some of the right steps to begin deplatforming some dangerous people. And the lawyer sounded very confident. Oh, man, really? A lawyer sounded confident about taking your money? Shocking. If we work hard enough on our own, that means we pay them less for the work they don't have to do themselves. Once they send me some paperwork, I can give some estimates. However, if there's anybody who knows any other lawyers who might do this cheaper or even for free, I am more than happy to take that route instead. Well, I thought you were sick of being a beggar. These lawyers have given me a good idea of the first steps to take in the right direction, and I'm happy to receive their insight, even if I don't end up working with them. Please feel free to share your thoughts. Also, please help me figure out who Yellow Flash is and where he is so he can be served. The more work we can do on our own, the better. So another call to dox. And there's more. You might be thinking to yourself, well, how do you even know that this is Marzgurl? Do you think Marzgurl, after some time thinking about this, would want to take a look at some of the things she said and reconsider? Well, let's see. Here she is in her own words about the Facebook post we just read. This was stolen from a private Facebook post. Not how that works. That I shared only with people I thought were my closest friends with no intention for it to be public or to release or found information publicly. Why did you post it to your Facebook page then? One of my friends clearly is not my friend. Anyone saying I was asking the public or community or fan base of mine for help is lying. Really? Didn't you literally say, please help me figure out who Yellow Flash is? You can see the privacy gear on the image for proof of what I'm saying. My intention was purely to help my lawyers, period. And to ask all of your friends to dox a YouTuber. And to give you more, the Ballad of Marzgurl continues. I've reported every video on his YouTube channel with Marzgurl in it for being hateful and abusive. Probably won't add up to anything, but in the off chance it gets his channel banned, I'm happy. Reported certain videos. Is there a way to report an account? You have to go to the front page of their channel and then the About page, I believe. Then there's a flag icon again. Apparently harassment can only be reported by the target. Oh no! Here's a Yellow Flash video. That being said, and I never said this, but would strongly suggest flagging this particular video for spreading misinformation about fake Facebook account created to delegitimize a legitimate concern. Only if you agree, of course. So definitely, so not that I'm saying to tell Patreon that she's flagging and doxing and harassing people, but, you know, if you agree. And just so everyone's clear, I don't agree with that policy on Patreon. But I do agree with evenly enforcing things. Kaylin Saucedo has allegedly been talking with lawyers and discussing ways to get YouTuber Yellow Flash deplatformed. In a Facebook post that was snapped by one of her followers and shared with various internet pundits, it revealed Marzgurl is intent on trying to remove Yellow Flash from the internet for being critical of her and the Kickfit group, who has been assiduous in trying to remove anime voice actor Vic Mignogna from the entertainment industry. It starts with Marzgurl. Right now, we already went through this. Despite having to deal with people who keep getting his account suspended on Twitter, Minnesota lawyer Nick Rakita still took time out of his busy day to talk about the particular Facebook group from Marzgurl. Rakita wasn't entirely convinced that Marzgurl was actually speaking with lawyers. He also breaks down each segment of her post and some inaccuracies contained therein. As Rakita points out, so long as nothing defamatory that causes damage to her or her career is being done, there isn't much of a case. In fact, Marzgurl admits that the moment she doesn't have any proof of Yellow Flash said or did anything defamatory regarding her as an individual, later in the Facebook post she writes, which we've already gone through. If you think that post is fake or that it's not representative of Marzgurl's impressions, that Umbrella guy captured some tweets from Marzgurl that showed her following through with what she had mentioned on her Facebook post. The tweets and the images are still live, and they were posted on April 24th, 2019. The one tweet stating that they would report his YouTube channel for having any mention of Marzgurl, and it can still be viewed. The person also stated that they would be reporting his Twitch channel too. Even Marzgurl's tweets are still available for viewing in this tweet chain, where she instructs people on how to report Yellow Flash's channel. Update. Reported his Twitch channel for good measure. F it. A few people in the Twitter threads attempt to warn them about attempting to organize false copyright strike takedowns of YouTube content was unlawful. However, the Kickfit group reported that Yellow Flash was responsible for abuse, so there was no crime being committed. Their justification was that essentially an organized campaign against Yellow Flash seemed to align with what Marzgurl was requesting for in her Facebook post. Tucked away near the bottom of the very same post is a request for funds to pay for a lawyer. Of course. Of course. This has garnered Marzgurl even more ire than usual, mainly because it's fairly conspicuous and unconcealed attempt to get Yellow Flash deplatformed from the internet, all because he makes videos covering the Vic Mignogna situation, airing out facts, and criticizing people like Marzgurl for stirring up drama. And for those of you who don't know, Marzgurl was responsible for getting the KickVic hashtag mobilized. The whole situation basically keeps escalating as KickVic crowd refuses to relent, while Vic Mignogna has filed a lawsuit against the people who spread defamation against him and got him fired from his jobs. However, it looks like since Vic is fighting back, the KickVic crowd is now looking to silence those who champion for truth. To me, this feels like an organized false copyright strike, false flagging campaign. One done publicly against the terms of all major terms of service online. But this is how some people act, particularly the radical far left. They want to deplatform. They want to silence. They want to be victims. They will use any means necessary, and they will remain largely unfettered in their access to these tools. They will remain online. They will remain on Twitter. People like the Blue Whale and people like Marzgurl will continue to operate with impunity on these platforms, and that is why I tell people not to interact with them, to observe and report. Because you must, at the end of the day, do what the one thing a lol cow is good for, and that is milking it for laughs. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.